We're here. We found it. The pen is twirling, guys. Somebody pop a comment in to make sure I got my comments turned on so I know if this thing's working. We are not technologically advanced over here. Well, we got thumbs up showing. We got the like. Nothing going with comments. Oh, there we go. Snow Queen. Thank you, Snow Queen. What do you say, John? Hey, Lynn. Hey, Mike. Bonjour, Ricardo. Beans and bacon, baby. You got you got it, John. We've actually got. Hey, Karen, glad you're here. We've actually got. We've done. Will has his handle. You know, usually it takes a lot of guys to. No, I didn't bring the snow back with me. I got here and it was horrible, but. Usually it takes guys a while, hey Al, on the road of trucking before you get a handle or a name, and it took Will 1 day. Will got his name in 1 day, so Will's new handle is Beans. All right, so we've got Will Beans. We won't say Will's last name. So,
Kentucky, Stacy.
He's, hey Stacy. So yeah, Will's got his handle after 1 day. Kentucky, you guys warm? At least you don't have snow there. Ah. The cat just went on the stove. Dar has a tray of cookies sitting over there. Happy Friday, Sandra. Tonight it's gonna snow. We'll get out of Kentucky. Yeah, you're not late today. Yeah, I see that. You showed up, eh? We're heading back to, Karen, we're heading back to, you're broke down again, Stacy, sorry. Karen, we're going to Halifax, just outside of Halifax. We're going to be dropping there Monday morning.
Oh my God.
One of Dar's cats is just not behaving. First he raided the cookie tray behind us. Now he's on the table eating Dar's popcorn. You can see the cat. Stop moving the table. The camera's shaking away. People will get motion sick.
Let's be frank, where's Beans?
Yeah. Where's Beans? Beans is here. I look refreshed. Do I? Oh, let me tell you. I came in the door this afternoon here, and I was just dragging my ass. I got in the shower, and Dar fed us a meal, and we're just doing a short stay here before we take off again. We're not here. We're not here for the whole weekend. So yeah, I was dragging it today. This week has been actually kind of trying because Will is training, so we're trying to get him up to speed with driving. So we're trying to get him driving to a comfortable level, and then I've got to do my full day of driving as well. No, he's not getting all prettied up for his first live. He's sitting over there. He's just relaxing for a few minutes. We're just gonna let this go for a few minutes. Yeah, oh Stacy, I dragged my ass this week working. Let me tell you, going back to work after being off for almost 3 months, it was horrible. Plus then they put me together with Will, so now not only am I trying to get my own rhythm going and get my own my own self in gear and get it running. Now I'm working with somebody else, and I've got somebody else in the truck, and I'm trying to do training and work with them. So yeah, it was hard, but it was a good week. It was a successful week. We'll talk a little bit about that. So I got to say hi to a couple people here. I got to send a message to Sheila. This is Will's mom. That we've got him here. He's clean. He's been fed. He's safe. He's rested. He's played with the cats. Hung out with the dogs. He's doing okay. So just let you know, Sheila, Will is okay. You'll see him in a few minutes when we bring him around. So what are we going to talk about first? We are going to talk about, you know what? We're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about tomorrow? Let's talk about tomorrow. Just real quick, this is just a refresher from the week of what's come out this week. It's a little different when I'm sitting at home and I can do the research and everything. Now I've got Dar doing it and throwing it at me and I'm working. So, some of this you guys might already know. Hi, Maddie. Love you, baby. And some of this you guys might already know, but tomorrow was released. But no, sorry, I'll get back in a second. Adam, I did not get them yet, but we did not check the mail today. So Dar will check the mail tomorrow. They probably should be here, probably. And I just let you know, I really appreciate that. Thank you. 179 in Alberta. We are I paid $234 for it yesterday in Cornwall. $234 in Cornwall. And down at the Flying J in Napanee, it's $209. And I think in Toronto, it is $216. So we're over $2 a liter everywhere out here right now. And it's like getting throat punched every time you put fuel in your truck here. It really does suck. It really does. So yeah, it does suck. So anyway, listen, I'm just gonna list this off. I don't know, some of you may know this, some of you guys may not know this. Tamara's release and the conditions of her release. Okay. There was no cash bail deposit was not required. Yeah, I know, that's Trudeau, all right. $20,000 bond and surety. A $5,000 bond that Tamara had to put up herself. She had to leave Ottawa within 24 hours, leave Ontario within 72 hours. She has to report to the police, reside as directed. She has to live where they tell her. Oh, I'm assuming she's probably gone back to Alberta. No contact with the co-accused, so that means she can't talk to Pat, she can't talk to George. No social media. She can have no social media. She cannot go online and do anything with social media. No protesting COVID. Like, who came up with this list? Who did this? Surety to monitor devices. Really? Not to allow people to post messages on her behalf. She has to attend court as required and not attend Ontario except for court and meetings with counsel. Those aren't conditions of release. She's still a prisoner. She's still a prisoner. Guys, I've seen rapists and murderers out on bail with less conditions than that. And Pat King is still in jail. And he has, well, first of all, Freedom George has his next court date on March 14th. So that'll be Monday. So he's still there. And Dar, what was Pat, the 18th?
I think so, yeah.
I think Pat's later in the week. So Pat's still sitting in jail. We're talking about mischief charges here, folks. We're talking about mischief charges here. Probably every single one of us has committed something worse than what these people did. and we're not punished a quarter to what these guys are getting. This is insane. So yeah, that really does suck. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that somebody's being treated like that. Whether you agree with what she did or her cause or in the convoy, or whether you don't agree with it, the crime, the penalty did not fit the crime here. The new judge also said the old one held her illegally and didn't read the law. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. A child molestation rape case, and the guy was out on $100 bail. That's insane. That's insane. Like I said, the penalty here, the punishment did not fit the crime. And she's still not done. I think now she's still got to go back to court for sentencing and to find out what the end result is. What the F here, folks? So what's she gonna get? 30 years? This is insane. Totally not cool. Canada is definitely not a democracy anymore. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know where we're going with this country. Really, I don't. It's not a good time right now. I'm ashamed as a Canadian, as a person that was raised here, and I live here and I'm a Canadian. I'm actually truly ashamed of the way our government and our country is going, in the direction that it's going right now. I don't think I want any part of these. She's guilty of uniting people. Ryan, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And how do you fault or charge somebody guilt or give somebody my mouth ain't working. Sorry, I'm really tired. But how do you do that? Guilty of uniting. Guilty for doing that's like arresting a Boy Scout for doing something good, for helping an old lady across the street. That's what that's all about. Okay. Ryan, Tamara Lich is all of us, just like Julian Assange. Cliff, how you doing, brother? Glad you're here.
Ask small money. She lived in the area still.
I'm supposed to ask. I grew up in Napanee. Yeah, okay. Small, yeah, she does. She just answered it.
Still here?
Are you still here? You still live in this area? Small fringe. You grew up in Napanee. Are you still in the area? People still listen to CBC and don't get the real news. Yeah, speaking of CBC, did you see the comments and I guess it was an interview or the statement that Trudeau put out while he was over in Warsaw, and he was congratulating the fantastic media, the Canadian media. I wanted to cry when I saw that, when he was congratulating or saying how good the coverage is and what they're doing. Tony, the truck is doing what it's supposed to do. If you're a truck driver, you don't ask another truck driver how his truck is running. It's bad luck. It's a bad omen. Hey, Patty, how are you? So the truck is doing what the truck is supposed to do. Everything's going good. It's still got the fuel tank issue, but Will and I can work around that until I can get the truck into the shop. There's a 5-day wait at Freightliner to get your truck in, so I'm not sitting for another 5 days. Yeah, no kidding, eh, Stace? You don't ask that. You don't say that to people. And that's the stock answer. If you ask me how my truck is doing, that's all I'm going to say to you. Go ahead, Patty. What's your question? Okay, Patty, we're all waiting. Everybody stop talking. We're waiting. How much does a truck driver make? Well, it all depends on what you want to do. If you're a company driver, meaning that you drive the company's truck, depending on what end of the country you live at, but around Ontario or whatnot, you can be comfortably in the 60 to anywhere between $60,000 and $80,000 a year, and be comfortable with that. Owner operators, it's obviously much different. They're paid differently. They're paid much more. How much did I make on this last haul? Patty, I'm not disclosing how much money I make on the channel. Enjoying those high fuel rates. Yeah, Kyle, when I convert that out, that's over $6.20 a gallon. I don't want to hear you complain about the price you paid down there. I saw your video today, how much you're paying for price for fuel down there. You guys still aren't at $6, over $6 a gallon. I'll still come down and fill my truck there. But owner operators up here can your truck will generate. Let's just say that I'll give you this. Your truck on a yearly basis can generate, $230,000 to $250,000, and then you can, after your expenses and your payments. Yeah, those are California prices. I'm not going to California. Don't fill your truck at Chevron. We don't use Chevrons if we don't have to. Dar, he's eating your. Get this.
It's
Oh. In Canada, because we have to use Select in the States, I can use any truck stop. I can use Flying J, but we have a deal. We have a deal with the Loves down there, and so we fuel with Loves down there. So basically, you're pretty much limited to what you can get. $1.10 a mile. No, we're making more than that. My truck makes. What does my truck make right now? If on flatbed, you're making $1.91 a mile, and on vans, you're making $1.70 a mile. Stacy, you guys filled up just under $1,000. Yeah, well. Hey James, how are you, man? Did I transport food? No, I took an LTL load down, so I had 5 drops when I went out. We were in two in Halifax, 2 in Middleton, and the last one actually didn't get off, so we had to bring it back to Halifax for a cross dock. Hey Dorothy, how are you? We're doing good. We've had a good week. I've dragged my butt back for my first week back to work. It's a little rough. Got a little bit of a break here tonight, and then we're back at it. Oh, dude, Paul, if you can get a government contract up here, like pulling for the military or pulling for the government up here, you'll do very, very, very well. You'll make more than 250 grand a year. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. But on a good year up here, an owner-operator is 220, 250. You want to really haul ass and work, or if you got some specialty work, oversized. We've had years where I was pulling oversized loads, doing work like that, and you can make exceptional money doing that. The problem with that is it's just not steady, You know what? It's on YouTube somewhere. I was sitting there and we were waiting for Dar to come pick me up over at the truck stop, and you get the stupid feed on your phone from YouTube, so you look at it, and then the next video, and then I call it falling down the YouTube rabbit hole, right? You expect to go look at one video, and next thing you know, 3 hours later, you're still scrolling through videos. So I fell down the rabbit hole, and no, I didn't get the link on it. But it was, I think, on if you go on to CBC's website, it was on them. Lynn's going for a smoke, guys, but when she gets back, she has a question for Will. When Will is on, we'll ask a question. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're already lining up for you there, Willie. Yeah. They're lining up. Clickbait, yeah. No kidding. So.
Oh, shit. I forgot I was supposed to braid your.
Am I ever going to see your beer braids? Oh, I did promise that, didn't I? I forgot all about that, Patty. Sorry. I came off the road today and I was rough, so I took a shower and now I'm supple. You can, I'm leaving again here. I'll be back home here actually next weekend. I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be here this weekend, so this is actually an unexpected. I was going to do the live from the truck, but I will be back next weekend. So Patty, they will be braided for next Saturday night.
I'll write that down.
Dar, look at that. Dars, did you hear that? You guys heard that. Dars just said, I will write that down. Yeah, it was actually kind of nice. Dar had me home for almost 3 months, and then I went out on the road. Did Dar ever find a picture of you without a beard? Did you ever find a picture?
Not yet.
No, she's still looking. It's been a long time. Yes, Patty, we promise. We promise. Okay, we will get it. We will get it. Don't know how we're going to get it braided.
Oh, we'll do it all right. We'll straighten it first.
Winmore's, well, hold on, December. Winmore is posting a link about the Speaker of the House saying that Krista Freeland is in contempt of the House. Oh, God, I hope so. I hope they find her in contempt of lots of crap. How's the heart first week in? You know what? We're gonna discuss a little bit of that. I'll be honest with you. I caught a break. I did. You coming in?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well-
You're cheating on me with my husband.
It's probably time.
Will's gonna come in. I did catch a break. I did not get, like I said before, I didn't get a dipshit. I actually got a guy that wants to learn. He's eager to learn. He's not afraid to ask questions. Takes direction and has a lot of common sense. And you need to do that when you're learning to drive a truck, because a lot of what we do out there is common sense. And Will is actually one of those guys, and I'm kind of fortunate. He's kind of got my sense of humor. He doesn't eat the same foods as I eat, but anyway, I'm gonna slide that way, and he's gonna slide in, and you guys can start talking to him for a bit. You guys, me, are pounding the Ukraine stuff down your throats. Oh, Kyle, they're killing us with it. According to our media, this is everything that's going on over there is 100% necessary. And all of our tax dollars and all the support that we're throwing at there, that our prime minister is giving them, he swears by it, and that's what the country wants. And it's all in the name of democracy. And that's what he's calling it. It is insane and wrong. And wrong. Anyway, Patty's ooh la la. You haven't even seen him yet. He's not that good looking.
No, this is true.
Jeez.
Just
All right.
Anyway, I guess.
Yep. Biden said the oil crisis is Russia's fault. No, it's not. No, it's not. I saw something the other day that said, before all of this happened, a barrel of oil was $1.47, but a gallon of gas was like $1. And now a barrel of oil is $1 and fuel is $1.47, and they're backwards. So how the hell can this have anything to do with the bloody Ukraine or the Russians? What a load that is. Whoever's telling you that. Hey, Vince. So, you awake? Here's Will. I'm going to stay here, but he's going to come in. Come on.
Aw, that's so cute.
Hey,
There's
everyone.
Will. Ladies, behave. Everybody behave.
Okay, say hi.
He is single, but I need him to focus on what he's doing in the truck. He can't be thinking about all you guys.
Yeah.
Stacy and her husband,
everyone.
Mark, they work for us. They work for ET.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? They're going to be lease operators.
Yeah.
Nevada, that's, you obviously know Nevada Trucking
Yeah.
and Trails.
What's going on, guys? Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Hey,
Good,
Angela.
good job today, Kyle. Good job. Do me a favor, would you? Let me know. I'm curious when you're doing those shots and you've got obviously the GoPro on your head with the shot. What are you using to mount that on your head, and how you doing that? We've got them. I just got to get it figured out for my head and with the sound. So let me know how you do that, would you?
Let him answer the question.
Okay, Will, do you hit the tires with that bat?
Why do you hit the tires with that bat? I hit it to see if the tires are low in air, if they're going flat.
And if it's going flat, it'll make what?
You can't drive the truck.
Yeah, but the sound.
Oh, the sound will be
It'll make a
different, yeah.
distinct sound
Yeah,
when
you're
it's
different,
flat.
yeah.
We
It's a
use
bit-
we use a wood bat like that, Because if you go, you hit the tires and it goes bing, 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 and one of them's flat, it'll go bing, 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 bonk, and you'll hear it.
Oh.
And it makes a different, distinct sound than if you use a hammer.
I didn't know that.
Emma, hi, I'm a fan. You know what, Emma? I am now your fan as well. There you go. Makes a different sound when they're flat. You got it, Cliff. So you think you can make me for beans, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been worse. So beans is okay.
They sell a head strap, looks dorky as hell. Keep the windows up and speak loud and air. All right, that works. Thanks, bro. We'll hook that up. We're gonna start doing something. I'm gonna steal your style here. I'm gonna start doing that as well while I'm driving. Because it's just a lot easier to get some really good footage because I miss a lot of stuff. So.
Okay, people are asking about questions.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go on here. Let's read.
How do you like sleeping in the cab?
How do you like sleeping? Go ahead.
It's not great. The top bunk is a single bed. It's very small. There's metal around the mattress, so you feel that. I'm a bigger guy, so it's not the comfiest, but I'm getting used to it. It's not so bad. Yeah. I think there's one other question for me too.
Yeah, there's a couple of
they
them.
asked you-
Hey, Will, let Brian teach you how to use the CB.
We heard you snoring in the bunk. Does your partner in crime snore too? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
As soon as he hits the pillow, he's already sleeping, and like 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't have that issue. Will needs a
Yeah.
few minutes to go to sleep, whereas, I don't. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I am done like dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tried sleeping up top while the truck was dry, while the truck was moving the other day. Was that successful?
No.
No, he didn't do well with
You're
that.
literally rocking like this. Like I don't know how I'll ever sleep like that.
I'm gonna put an air mattress on the floor. He can just sleep between the seats while the truck is moving.
Yeah. I'll just sleep on the dash.
Sleep on the dash.
Watch
Yeah.
me.
Did Will just start driving?
I started on Monday. Orientation was Monday morning. Our first load left, what was it, 5?
Monday afternoon. Yeah.
Monday afternoon sometime, yeah. So the first day I didn't drive, and then Tuesday I drove about 500 miles or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other day I drove another 500 and so miles.
Yeah.
And today it was a couple hundred?
About 250.
250.
250. Tuck and roll. Yeah, you got it. Tuck and roll. Yeah, so for his first day, or for his first week, he ran out about 1,200, 11 and a half, 1,200 miles for his first week. I got no problem with that. Uh-oh. Patty's asking, how old are you?
34 on a good day.
Purple bed is comfortable. If you like a more firm bed. It's not so much the mattress. The mattress is not the greatest. It's the bloody bed is only that wide. It's thinner, I think, than a single bed. And because the mattress is sunk down, there's rails on either side of it. And he's the same size as I am, Kyle, and it can't be comfortable. I've never laid in it, so.
They want to know how tall.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay, before they ask, how much do you weigh?
210, 220.
Get the pool tubes and cut them down and put them on the metal.
Oh, it's a good idea.
That's
We
actually
thought about putting
the
towels or
noodles.
something.
Yeah,
down, but
we
whatever-
thought about
whatever
that.
Works, yeah, something.
What are you guys hauling right now? We've got we've got a load of paper towel and stuff like that going to Cisco. So
Oh, they're on paper now. Stacy. It's at the very bottom.
Stacy, you're on paper. Oh man, look at that. You guys will be doing what, 1,800 miles a day? It's okay, Patty. Keep asking Will questions. You're good.
Yeah.
She wants to know-
What made me want to be a trucker? Well, about 10 years ago, I actually got my license. I got some heavy equipment training as well as my AZ, and I decided to do the heavy equipment route. I've done that for quite a while, and it's mostly seasonal jobs. So I decided to give trucking a try because it's obviously a full-time job. I like traveling. I usually travel to the States pre-COVID on my motorcycle. And I enjoy that. So I figured, you know what? I like driving.
Get in there more so they
Yeah,
can see.
why not combine it? So
Figures if he's going to travel, you might as well get paid for it.
pretty much, yeah.
And no, Kyle, we do not cuddle like you and your partner do.
He'd have to pay me,
I'm not spooning this guy.
and he's not going to pay me enough.
And I don't pay him enough. I'm not paying him enough to spoon him. That's not happening.
Yeah. Can you even read my shirt? You probably it's almost backwards.
Get
I
some
guess.
crib runners and put on you around you so you won't stick you. Yeah, we're going to try something. I'm going to try pool noodles.
That's good.
You know, those pool noodles would probably work.
Oh my god.
Are you now a dating site for desperate women?
Hold on.
What are some
Nevada's got a good question. What are some things you noticed didn't meet your expectations or assumptions about him? Well, I don't want to tell you all the stuff he did
I
wrong.
think they're asking him that.
Oh,
We can both
ask
answer, I
ask
guess.
him.
We
Okay,
can
yeah.
both
Go,
answer,
sorry,
whatever.
Kyle. Yeah, no, you go ahead. What are some of the things you noticed didn't meet your expectations about the business? I guess about the trucking business. What is it? Some of the things you didn't like.
Honestly, I couldn't really answer that just yet because it's only been a week and I've spent many hours watching YouTube videos about trucking, you know. So I kind of had an idea going in. I knew, you know, I'm not doing it for the money. You know, you break down your hours and the pay you get, you're not making top dollar. So I'm doing it for the experience, for the, you know, the joy of traveling. You know, me and Brian get along great so far.
He's doing it for the joy of traveling and for the experience.
Yeah.
In 30 years, ask him that question again.
Right.
Ask me that question. Why am I trucking? It won't be for the joy of traveling.
Ask him after 3 months training.
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah. Telling you.
So far, you know, everything's good. Like I get along with Brian. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know, each day I'm learning more. So no complaints from me so far.
I'm lucky. He's learning quickly. He's like a sponge. Anything you tell him or show him, he picks it up very quickly. You know, I don't have to tell him 3, 4, 5 times something. I can tell him once, and maybe, you know, we might have to touch on it again. But at least he picks it up quickly. And for that, I'm lucky because I don't want to sound like a broken record going will, you know, like that. So in that sense, there we're fortunate.
Yeah.
Patty, you'll be dead in 30 years. Yeah, you and me both.
Insurance. Cha-ching.
Dar's like insurance. Yeah, Will's all right. He's not. Don't go, Patty. Don't get carried away. He's not a great trainee. He's okay. You know, ask me again and ask
I'm
me.
fantastic.
Ask again in a month if he's a great trainee.
Yeah.
He has to work his way up. You're gonna blow his ego up. I won't be able to get his damn head in the truck.
If the paint's not scratched, you still got 4 wheels after 3 months.
Yeah,
we're doing good.
I've got 10 wheels on the truck now. If there's 4 wheels left when he's done with it, that'll be a good one. That's good advice, Kyle. Good advice.
Yeah. So far, I've only backed into a door once, and it was an easy back. So
Yeah, he backed into Kroger's terminal, main terminal up here, and he caught a break that the passenger side door was empty, so he had an empty, but he got it in one shot. He got it in, but he had lots of room, so I'm looking forward to getting him into some tighter spots. We were down in Halifax last week, or in Dartmouth last week, or this week, sorry, when we went down, and we were in a couple of places indoors where, you know, you were almost doing a 90-degree to get in.
How long before he can run alone?
How long before Will can run alone? Lynn, he's got to be with me for at least 90 days. And then I've got a checklist, a very extensive checklist of all of the criteria that he needs to meet. And if we check off those boxes after 90 days, ET will probably give him his own truck. If not, then, you know, if it's assessed that he might need a couple more weeks, then he gets a couple more weeks. I don't want a couple more weeks. So he should. I'm anticipating, just even after a first week, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of issues here.
Yep, they were fine.
No, they weren't.
No,
They were kidney killers.
it could have been worse.
Yeah, they could have been Michigan, but
Some patches were really bad. And,
Yeah.
like the whole bunk, just everything went flying basically. But
yeah, there was
You
a
know.
couple of times shit went flying around.
yeah, it could have been
Is
worse.
that your own made list?
Is your own what? Is that your own made up list? No, no. The company supplied me with an extensive list. Yeah, that's a good idea. No, the company supplied me with a list. They went through and they put the list together, and it is quite extensive. They've got it broken down like week 1 and week 2 that he has to, have this covered in week 1 and 2. And week 3 and 4, between week 3 and 4, they want, he has to meet these criteria. So that's where they think he should be. Now, I've already talked to them in the office because we went through the list, and here it is. Here he's done his first week, and he's already doing stuff in week 3 and 4. So we talked to the office, we talked to safety, we talked to ownership, and they're okay if we kind of accelerate him a little bit. And they're good with that, and I'm good with that too. And he's good with that. You guys are, what are you doing? What do you, no, it's not you, it's Dar. My God.
What's in that popcorn? Did she?
I don't know.
Alcohol in it,
There's
maybe?
something in that popcorn she's eating. Come on. The mic is popping. That's not my fault.
No, you're clicking something over there.
Oh, yeah, it's my pen.
It is your fault.
It is my fault. Sorry, I'm sitting here clicking away on the pen. Sorry. Something seriously went wrong with your sound.
You really messed that one up.
I screwed that one all up. Can you hear us? Or is it just a clicking noise that you were hearing?
Yeah, clicking over there.
Clicking, clacking. Now I'm clicking and clacking.
You're back again.
Poor cat. It feels really weird being on this side of the camera.
Yeah.
I'm used to looking at you.
Will's actually a subscriber. Like, he's been on their channel before, so
Yeah.
usually he's like you guys putting questions on. So you know how I feel. See, and we don't even have a busy night tonight. Like, we've got 96 in here. You should see the screen when there's like 800-900 or
really
1,000.
rate it.
There's 1,000 in here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
They want to know what Bill did.
Will, what did you do before?
I built decks. I was a foreman for my
Deck. Deck,
Decks.
not decks.
Yeah, I did. I built decks for my buddy's company. Did that for 3 years, and then before that, I was operating heavy equipment, basically. Cool. Look who's joining us.
Piper's popping in. Piper's decided to join us tonight. She won't come when I'm here.
You what?
Lynn says she needs a deck. Lynn, aren't you out in California though?
I wish I could go to California.
You want to fly Will out to California?
In California.
No? Where's Lynn?
Like near Toronto, I think.
Near Toronto. Oh, well, here. I'll drop him off on my way out of Toronto next time if you're in Toronto. He'll build you a deck and I'll pick him up on the way in.
There you go.
Oh, good for you and Dar, Patty. Good for you guys, yeah. Safar, Lynn, I'm at 427 in QEW. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I can drop him off. I could have let you have him today if you wanted. You should have told us sooner. Small Fringe needs a deck too. Here you go.
There you go.
You know what? You'll be hooked. You're going to quit trucking. I'm going to hook you up. You'll have your own business.
You'll be begging me to come back.
Is
won't you?
he free? No, he's not free. You will pay me if you want him.
You're gonna pay me? What are you talking about?
No, I'll pimp him out. Brian's
Damn.
dating site. What are you saying, Cynthia? You think he's cute?
What?
Next time you hauled food, please stop by my house first. No, Patty, if I'm hauling food,
Mark.
I'll be stopping by my house first. Won't be stopping by you. Oh my goodness.
Pimp Daddy.
Yeah.
Does refrigerated loads pay more?
Yes, they do. If you're a refrigerated load or if you've got a heated load, like our load went out on a heater box, yeah, they pay, I think, a couple extra cents a mile for heaters and reefers.
Well, isn't that nice?
There you go. He's going to start his own YouTube channel, Decks with Will. Auction him. That's what I could do with you. Auction him off.
You could get a dime.
No, yeah. We could make a quick buck here.
13 pennies and sold.
Yeah. The first guy, if the first one he just puts up $1 can have him.
No, they don't want him because he doesn't know how to cook. So
Oh.
that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
No.
no.
What's your favorite cocktail, Beans?
Favorite cock? I drink a lot of rye and ginger. At least I used to. Now that I'm going to be trucking, I'm going to be drinking it all. So, yeah, I'm not a beer guy. Prefer rye, whiskey, something like that.
No, did you want one? I think we have some.
Oh, I'm okay. Good, thanks.
Oh, poo. If you don't barbecue, I don't want you. I barbecue. I'm an awesome barbecuer. I do all the barbecuing when I'm home. Why is it that men do that? You ever notice that? Men end up on the barbecue, you know, and then they take all the credit for cooking dinner. Meanwhile, the wife's inside. She's made the salad, done all the other shit, set the table, done all the work, but we take credit for the job, right? Because we barbecued. What kind of rye?
Wiser's, Crown. Yeah,
He's got good taste.
40 Creek. I'm not too picky, really.
It's alcohol.
Yeah,
It's liquor.
it's better than beer. So,
Oh, you're gonna start a fight here. You're gonna start a war here. See, I love Bush. Yeah, you know what? I love Bush too.
pina colada.
Pina colada. Hubby does not trust me with the barbecue. I don't trust Dar with it either, so don't worry about it. Ready to pass out, but need a
You're
laugh
all the way.
first.
Ah.
Well, glad we could give you a giggle. Mark loves his whiskey. Yeah, well, I don't anymore, but I was a Jim Beam drinker. Loved it. Would bathe in it if I could.
When we go to the States.
When you go to the States, well, we are still waiting. I cannot cross yet because I'm not double vaxxed, and I really don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it. If this goes too long, I'm going to have to make a choice. But, you know, because I ended up with these blood clots in my lungs from the first vax shot, you know, do I gamble and take that gamble, and do I do it, take the second one, and just so I can cross the border? I don't know. So we're hoping that, you know, I think by the 15th of April, every mandate is dropped. All the mandates are dropped, are they not?
I think it was 27th.
What?
I don't know about cross.
No, yeah, all the border, all of them are dropped, with the exception of the border crossing. So I'm hoping to God that they drop that one. No, they didn't lift it, Ben. They didn't. They lifted everything else.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do
agree,
it. I
don't
know.
Do it. Not worth it.
Even Dar,
No.
he will not be doing it. You know why Dar doesn't want me to do it? Because if I take the shot, you know, I might die. And right now, my earning potential still outweighs what she'll get for insurance. So she needs me to keep working for a few more years.
You have backups now. It's all good.
Nah. Do not play Russian roulette with your health. I will not. It's one of those things. But I do have to make a decision, because obviously I'm paying $6 a gallon, or over $6 a gallon for fuel up here, and it's just impossible to make. Yeah, you're right. Then that's actually, I said that to Dar, you know, I caught a break. This was like a blank going off. That was a warning. The next one will kill you. You know, it's like somebody shooting a blank at you. I got lucky. I really did. So no, I don't think I'm going to be taking the second shot. crown is Manitobian. Did I say that right? I will still wear a mask at work on the floor. I face over 2,000 people a day. Yeah, Lynn, I don't blame you. Your life is more important than the shot. Thanks, Steve. I think so too. Mark, can I tell you something? Who's Mark? I'm not doing. No, don't worry about it, Patty. I'm not gonna do it. So, like I said, I thought about it, because you got to make a decision. But is doing something like that for financial reasons? Is that the reason to do it? No. I took the first shot because of that, and it was a bad choice. And I didn't listen to my gut instinct, and I didn't listen to my what it was telling me. And I didn't want to take that first shot, but I did. And I don't think I'll make that same mistake twice. Dorothy, you forgot my name. It's Brian.
And I'm Will.
And Will. Will,
and Dar.
Nevada wants to know if you have any aspirations to own your own truck, or just putting fillers out.
Yeah, honestly, I do. I'm gonna drive for a year or two and see how I really like it. And if I do still really enjoy it and want to make a career out of it, then I'm gonna take Brian's advice and take 3, probably upwards of 5 years to save up enough for a good down payment, figure out everything I need to know to make it a successful business. Basically, I know it's really hard for most operators to make it work, so I want to make sure if I do it, then it's going to be successful. It's too bad the chat doesn't actually stay up, so you can actually.
No, I know. But you just touch it, and
Yeah.
it will come back. But
Dorothy wants to know if you can tell her. She can tell you something.
Dorothy would like to tell me something. Dorothy, you can tell me anything you like, within reason. Not going to say where I work.
I think there's someone else. What else was? What's the food? What are the food different? Will do not take the injections. Yeah, too late.
Yeah, we haul hazmat. We're a fully CT-PAT certified. Blah blah blah. We haul. The things they are calling vaccines are not vaccines. Yeah, it's not a vaccine. It's a Band-Aid. That's exactly what it is. It's a Band-Aid. It's not a vaccine. We call it a vaccine, and I hate calling it a vaccine. And I've said this 100 times on this channel. It bugs the hell out of me that we call it a vaccine, because it's not. It's just a Band-Aid. The flu shot is not a vaccine, and basically all this is a flu shot, an extended flu shot, an experimental flu shot, and that's all it is, in my humble opinion. It's not. A vaccine is something that you take, like I've said before, like when you were a kid, you got a vaccine so you didn't get the mumps, you didn't get the measles. It eradicates whatever it is the disease is. This doesn't eradicate anything. It just lessens your symptoms. It's not a vaccine.
I think a prime example would be the flu shot, not the flu vaccine, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's the COVID shot, not the COVID vaccine.
Exactly. Don't wait too long. Just have a plan to be dedicated and be dedicated.
Yep. Thanks, Nevada. Yeah, that's the idea.
Oh, cousin Susie's on.
Oh, well.
Oh, it's okay. Everybody calm down. I'm here now.
Nice.
Yeah, Susie, the room was just getting a little too rowdy, and then you come. You're going to kick the door in and get the party started, or what?
Al's got a question.
I heard the team. Al, what aspect of driving do you feel Will needs to work on most? Second year rookie asking. I'll be honest, the thing Will needs to work on the most right now, at the end of his first week, is his anticipation of traffic ahead of him. There's been a few times where he's focused on what's happening in front of the truck, and a little forward, but he's not looking at so much the big picture. And when something, say, we're coming up on something and there's a vehicle or an emergency vehicle with four ways on, he's not catching it as early as he should. And we've been working on that. We picked that off after, I think, day 2 or 3. And a prime example was today when we got loaded this morning and we came to the house here. Will drove, and there was twice where he saw it way out, and he moved over. Signal came on. He had a clear lane. He moved over, got past it, and moved back over. So that was the thing right now. That it's just the. Don't look at obviously you look at your surroundings, what's in front of you, what's going on, but you need to have the big picture of what's up there and what's in front of you. You don't focus on it, and that's not where you stare, but you do need to have it. And that's the area right now that we're working with Will on. His lane changes are fine. The first day, it was like the first day or so, it was, a little jerky going across, whatever like that. But, he's smooth crossing lanes. He's smooth with his mirrors. When we first started driving, I gave him a 2-second. I said, you've got 2 seconds. When you look in that mirror, you've got 2 seconds, and then you have to get your eyes on the front of that road. And then I said, we're going to get you from 2 seconds down to 1 second. Well, and I didn't anticipate that he'd do that. He's now down to 1 second. And I told him, I says, if you can't get a clear picture in 1 second, take a second look. But I'd rather you take a second look than look in that mirror for 3 or 4 seconds, because by then you've already run over somebody. And he's already done that. He's done a great job with that. Right now, it's just the anticipation of what's ahead of you. Starting to anticipate and make decisions a little sooner. Again, here's another example. Cars would come down the ramp and he'd wait just a little too long to decide whether to back out or move over. And that was in the beginning of the week. And as the week's gone on, those decisions have been starting to come a little faster, and he's been doing a little better.
Thanks, Taylor.
Since Brian is talking, what are the food differences between Will and I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
so
me
we-
something.
Well,
Did you set this up?
No.
Okay.
no, I mean, that's not too different. Sometimes I have stomach issues, so I'm somewhat lactose intolerant. I may have an issue with gluten. I'm not sure, so I'm just being careful what to eat, simply because there's no washroom in the truck. So if nature arises, you can have problems. So, but he likes pork chops, he likes steak, chicken, all that stuff. I like veggies. Brian doesn't like veggies, so
No.
it's we're making it work.
Hey, Carol.
At the same time.
Come on, Dar. No, Dar's not. How do you shower? Truck stops. Most truck stops have showers. Or a good hard rainfall. I have actually used a good solid hard rainfall. If you know that rain's coming down for at least 5 or 6 minutes, strip down to your underwear, stand at the back of your trailer with your soap and your spongy, and get a good shower in. But for the most part, we use truck stops in the winter. No, Susie, we do not shower together. No.
He's tried, but I said no.
Ew, cold showers. When you're in Arizona and you actually get some rain, it's not cold rain. Don't know how many saw USA People's Convoy still doing circles around the Beltway daily. Seems to be building to something good. These people drove thousands of miles for resolution. The world is waking. Yeah, it's good. How much do showers cost?
Well, the first one cost me, I think, just over $5. He asked if I had a fuel receipt. Brian was actually fueling at the time, so I didn't have it. So I paid the $5 and change, had the shower, and Brian sent me a text message with the receipt, and they actually reimbursed the money. So basically, if you pay for fuel, you're probably going to get the shower for free, at least so far.
Yeah. In the States, most of the big truck stops have a fuel, like a rewards card. So you can, so many gallons of fuel you buy get you points and get you, if you buy over 60 gallons of fuel, you get a free shower. So, if you put fuel in once a day or whatever, you can save them up on your card and you'll end up with 4, 5, 6 showers and you'll always have a free shower.
Yeah. What's 60 gallons, a quarter tank? Third?
Yeah, and in my truck, it's just around a quarter tank of fuel.
So you're always filling up.
What's the price of diesel? In Canada right now, I paid, in Cornwall, I paid $2.34 a liter, which is over $6 a gallon. Will, the more you drive, the more comfortable and confident you get. That's what's happened as the week went on, Susie. He started out and he, of course he had nerves and he had a little anxiety and he was anxious. And as the week went on, it just got better and things happened. Hey, Mikey, things got better and things got smoother. And like I said, the things that he was doing, he just gradually improved on and it just started to come a little more natural to him. If the fuel in Love's in the USA, showers are free. Yeah. If you shower in the Love, I wish I paid for a fuel and I wish I paid for a shower and got free fuel. That's how it would. I'd be impressed with that. I'll pay $50 for a shower if you give me a free tank of fuel.
It's okay.
Oh, Dorothy, that's fine. It's okay. I'm not that important. If you forgot my name, I've answered to a lot of things.
I forget Brian's name about twice a day.
Twice
probably.
a day. I'll get we'll be driving. He wants he's doing this. It's like, what? He's like, yeah.
Hey, Santa Claus, it's,
This horrible worldwide hoax will cause a recession. Third quarter, an unbelievable cost of living. It's already here. It's already here. Where do you go to the bathroom? Well, you stop. We do periodic stops through the day for vehicle checks or to check the vehicle and check the load. And when you do, that's when you go to the bathroom. Can I sleep while Will drives? I have not tried it yet. And he tried sleeping the other day while I was driving and he was up top. And it's a rough ride up there. So we're not sure how that's going to work out. But no, I have not tried sleeping while he's driving yet. We're not at that stage where I can turn the truck over to him. I still need to be in the passenger seat while he's driving.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be 2 months. So we're the first week.
Yeah, like free showers, food, and reserved parking, and free coffee and soda. Yeah, believe me, man, I take it all. I take it all. The big word there is free, and Brian is good at getting free shit. I really am. It's $4.49 and get a gallon of Missouri. I'd like, that sucks really bad, but I'd love to be in Missouri right now.
Thanks, Carol.
I'll make you, there's only 2 people you can sleep with. Do we want to know the answer to this? This is a PG show. He's going to get himself a drink.
I'm following Dar's rules too.
From Temiskaming to Toronto, thought I was going to die. How do you do it? You know what? I've done this a long time. When you go, 550, 600, 700 miles in a day, it's not that hard. You don't. The longer you do it, your body gets trained to it, your mind gets trained to it. The shorter the miles become and the days become. Will, when you drive alone, a portable bathroom is. He's already explored that, Susie, but we're not putting one in my truck.
We will when I go in.
Well, when Dar goes in, but we're not putting one in my truck. So
I'll stake them out. That's the problem.
when he gets his own truck, he's welcome to cut a hole in the floor. I don't care.
I'll have a toilet, a shower. I'll have everything.
Yeah, he'll have everything in there. Hold on, we got to read that one. Is current diesel price hurting the trucking industry? Well, yes and no. If you're driving down to the States, not really, because the fuel rebates are the fuel surcharges are passed on to the customers. So if if your rate was say $2,000 and the fuel surcharge was say $900 on that, and the fuel goes up, well, the rate is still $2,000. The fuel surcharge is now $1,200. So the fuel surcharge is supposed to compensate for when the price of fuel goes up.
Something wrong with your audio.
People said about audio or something. There's a
Like
strange
maybe you're
sound.
talking too loud.
Maybe I'm talking too loud.
Usually
But
you have your mic in, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I can't do it with you.
I know. I don't know.
But right now, unfortunately, I'm in Canada, and the rates in Canada, the fuel surcharge does not reflect the price of fuel. The price of fuel is still much higher. So don't forget the towel and Volvo. Ha ha ha. Does anyone else hear what I hear? I don't know, Patty, what do you hear? Do you hear my heart beating? Do you hear it pitter-pattering? It's static. I don't know about static. I can't do anything about that. No internet sucks in Manitoba. Not just the internet sucks in Manitoba. $2.34 a liter Canadian and $6.95 a gallon US. Yikes, yeah. Isn't that insane? That is insane. Now, yes, you get the 13% on the HST back, but it's just not enough. It doesn't come anywhere close to being enough. It does suck. I have no pen in my hand. You can't be a clickety sound. I haven't touched the pen. I had to throw it over there on the table so I wouldn't play with it. You hear an echo. That's probably not us. You're probably a child from the 60s and you took too much acid. I pay $1.50 on the res. Well, you know what? I've got a res here as well, and I can occasionally sneak in if I'm willing to pay cash and fill on the res. But unfortunately, because of the road taxes and with IFTA and whatnot like that, we have to submit our fuel receipts because the company has to pay the taxes. So we're not technically allowed to do that. I don't know if you're an American or a Canadian, but in Canada, we're not allowed to do that. That's not to say that I haven't on occasion done that. Run my truck onto the res and thrown something on, throwing some fuel on. The mic can't. We don't have a mic set up here tonight because I don't have a mic that'll work for both of us.
I haven't done acid.
You haven't done acid since yesterday. Yeah, Kyle, I couldn't set up the mic. Usually I got the earbuds in, right? But I can't have earbuds in and have him because then you wouldn't be able to hear him. I don't know what the deal is on this. What's happening here because we're not touching anything.
How's that for static?
There's static. You can hear the dog. Hey, Brian, if you move to the States, can avoid the vaccine mandates and you can double your income, hypothetically. That's not hypothetically. That's true. Hey, give it a rest here, eh? It's not like the mailman's here. That's not hypothetically. That's true. If I was allowed to truck in the States right now, I could double my income. And actually, I would be a lot happier.
No, I don't have a pet. I've always wanted a dog, so that's a potential. When I get my own truck, I'm going to explore that option.
Right now, I have a pet. It's right there.
Yeah. Beans.
I have a pet, Beans.
You've got like 10 beans in your truck, really?
Yeah.
You got more than just one.
Yeah. We got cans of beans in my truck. Karen says she'll be right back. It's only when you're used. Don't even say that. That's not funny, Kyle. Here, go unsubscribe from Nevada, would you please?
I like him.
Dar says no. We like him. You need a trucker dog, Will.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he'll probably pick up some of
right there.
You can send you a cat. He saw my little Charlie dog, the little King Charles Spaniel I used to have on the road with me, and he took a look at Charlie and went, "Yeah, this would be a perfect dog." So that would, if you're gonna do it, that'd be a good dog for him.
Yeah, I want a small dog. It needs to be like hypoallergenic, you know. I don't want
Doesn't-
hair all over the
doesn't
cat.
shed,
You know,
yeah.
it's small enough where you don't have to stop every 2 hours to walk the dog. Like, you know, I'm in the business to make money as much as I can too. So, yeah.
No, you
Not
don't get a
husky.
husky. Name the dog Beans. Beans and Beans. Or name the dog Pork. You got Pork and Beans.
What about a oh no? What about like a wiener dog? You know, beans and wiener.
Wieners and Beans. Yeah, get a wiener dog.
Oh man, let's not do that though.
You see a lot of
Yeah,
truckers
wiener and
down in the
beans.
68, 70 freeway down here. Yeah, they're down there, but unfortunately they all got to come back. I used to get 71% of 350 a mile, hauling for refinery chem plant suppliers. Last load was to Corona, Ontario, about 3.5 years ago. ELD was the end. You know what, John? The ELD was the end for a lot of guys. A lot of the older guys that were getting close to retirement. As soon as the ELD hit, they called it a day. They just said, no more. So, need a dash hound. Not really.
Teacup poodle, Chihuahua.
Yeah, no, not a Chihuahua.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna have a dog that barks a lot. That's for sure.
Heard livestock is hard to haul because they move around so much. True. You know what? I've never hauled livestock. It's one of that and tanks. I've never hauled that or a tank. But we were actually looking with Schmidt's dog is gorgeous, and he does an awesome job. But we looked at, if I can't get down into the States and if this doesn't happen for me, there are some companies up here that run livestock across Canada, and it pays really well. Now, is it difficult to do? To be honest with you, I don't know. I'd have to do it to be able to tell you, and I've never done it. Will's gonna get a fish.
Yeah, maybe a hamster, a fish.
Get a gerbil.
I could have like those little tunnels around the whole cab. The hamster running around.
I'll make you uncomfortable. Says maybe you should get a Filipino. I don't know.
Wiener Chihuahua. Ferret.
Ferrets are smart.
Let's get everything.
Ferrets are smart.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that had a ferret. Him and his wife had a ferret, and they're smart little buggers.
A piranha.
Well, heard of piranha, and they make great pets.
My buddy has one, yeah.
Can you pet your piranha? Can you take your pet piranha for a walk? When you're laying in bed after a long day of trucking, do you lay in bed and cuddle your piranha? Nah, you need a little dog.
Yes, I did.
John, I've done livestock. Setting up the trailer can be a pain in the ass. Yeah, I've heard that, setting up the trailer is a pain in the ass. You got to clean up the trailer at the end. You got to stop, get them off, get them fed, get them watered, get them back on, for delivery. It's a lot of work. But like I said, I was looking at the rates and some of the prices, and these guys are paid a lot more than I do. You want a T-Rex?
Sure.
All right.
Velociraptor. They run faster, get more work done. A couple of mush.
Great Danes. Yeah, Great Danes only live like 8 years though.
I used to walk a Great Dane when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the dog was like up to my chest.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we are examining it, or we're exploring that area, hauling cattle, hauling livestock. What the hell, Dar? What the hell was that? What's that young kid's name that got the job? Tyler. You guys remember Tyler? He was in the convoy. His truck got impounded. He had that gorgeous blue and white flat top W9. And it got impounded, and sure enough, believe it or not, because of all the work he did down there, and he held the line, and he actually it benefited him because somebody saw him and actually gave him a job hauling livestock, and I think it runs out of Toronto or runs out of Ontario out to Manitoba and Saskatchewan and back. And it was according to him, it was his dream job, and that was awesome. That was awesome. Good for him, because he was a great young kid, him and his girlfriend. And something like that. It's always good when you hear something awesome like that happen, and it worked out for him. I'm really glad to hear that for him. Now, whoever gave him the job, if you're watching this, right here. No, his truck did not get trashed. Very wisely, he left his windows down so they didn't have to smash the windows. I think some stuff inside got messed up. You know, they messed up some of the stuff inside because obviously they went in and made a statement. But was it a whole lot of wreckage? No. Is the truck driver needed to loading and unloading freight? Depends on what you're doing. If you're at a dock and they require you to be on the dock to count, you know, because you have to count freight as it's going on. If it's driver count, then yeah, you got to be there. Everything that we did this week was no touch freight. We opened the doors, backed in, sat in the truck. When they were done, bang, bang, bang on the door. Come get your paperwork. Your bills are ready. You know, so this week we didn't have to do anything. But there are times, yeah, you got to be on the dock. And if you're doing flatbedding, well, then of course you're they load the trailer, but then you're doing all your own securement.
When will I get my own truck? Basically only if I decide that I want to stay in the industry. And if I do, it's going to be, 3 to 5 years. I need enough time to make sure I have enough savings. Whether I go with a used truck or a newer truck, I want to make sure I have a good down payment and enough money in the bank to float any maintenance bills. What will be my first truck?
What's going to be?
I mean, I love the look of the T680, but I know I can't afford that right away. So probably the Freightliner, because I'm not about the chrome or the flashiness like Brian says. It's a business and you need to make the most amount of money. So if I can get a truck with, excellent fuel mileage, that extra savings is just going to go into the bank, and then I can, put a bigger down payment on a nicer truck, 5 years down the road or whatever.
Someone wants to know if you're going to stay on vans or go to flatbed.
Vans or flatbed? I'm going to stay on vans for at least a couple years. I'm interested in flatbed just to learn how it all works, but I was just doing a physical job for a few years, so I just want to take it easy. Will boxer briefs.
Patty, what about a Mac? I think back in, I can't remember the year, but it's at least 5 years ago, Mac was bought by Volvo. So now when you buy a Mac, basically, with the exception of a couple minor things, you're driving a Volvo when you buy a Mac. You're getting a Mac cab and body, but you're everything else, the motor, everything. The Mac MP8 motor is a Volvo D13 painted red with a couple of small things changed on it. The M drive, the automatic transmission M drive is a Volvo iShift. So if you want to drive a Volvo or drive a Mac, you're driving a Volvo. The Mac Bulldog is not what it used to be.
See you, Stuart.
Kenworth W900L. Yeah. It's like pushing a brick through the air. Tony, if you want to get 6.5 miles per gallon, which is what the new W9s are getting, you get a 2022 or a 21 Kenworth W9, and you're hauling a van with 40,000 pounds average, you're not doing any better than 6.5, 7, maybe 7 miles per gallon. And in today's industry, the 7 mile per gallon trucks are not cutting it anymore. Last year, 7 miles per gallon you were happy. That was with the price of fuel, things are 7 mile per gallon is not cutting it. You need an 8 mile per gallon truck. And if you're not getting 8 miles per gallon, you're actually losing money. You're not losing money, like you're not going in arrears on anything, but you're not making the money you should be making. My truck averages 8.5 to 8.8 miles per gallon. That's US gallon. 8.5 to 8.8. So I compared to a truck, when you take an 8.5 mile per gallon truck compared to a 6.5 mile per gallon truck, that's an additional $2,000 I'm putting in my pocket. T680 is a very nice truck. You're right, Mikey. It is. I love them. And you drive one. And I'm jealous. The only problem with the T680 right now is they're so far out of reach price-wise. The only one that can afford a brand new one are the companies, are the fleets. Yeah, W9 just go. Yeah, Stace, that's right, eh? Cost him $5,000. That was just in fuel, right? To come from BC back to here. $5,000 in fuel. No, no thanks. No, thank you. I just went from Toronto to Halifax, back to Toronto, and I didn't spend that, and I climbed hills like crazy. Kyle, I know what you've been getting for fuel because every time I see your fuel gauge or a picture of your screen, I snapshot it so I can see your mile per gallon, I can see where your RPMs are, and I can see what speed you're running, and then I do the math on it. Yeah, you get 6.2. Yeah, I know you said that today. You've been getting 60. You're running 62 miles an hour. Yeah, 5.5 miles per gallon. I don't know how you're affording that. Like, I understand, I've been watching some of the rates you've been getting are really good lately, especially going up Seattle there. That's, I don't know how you're doing that fuel wise. If I was getting 5.5 miles per gallon US, I'd be shutting it down. I'd sell the truck. I'd be shutting it down. I can't afford to run under 7 miles per gallon. I did all the fuel mileage and all the numbers for just from Toronto out to Halifax and back. And you got to remember, we're doing a lot of hills, a lot of hard. They're not long hills in Canada, but they're steep. And I averaged Toronto, Halifax, back to Toronto. Excuse me, my truck averaged about 7.6, which is good, right? Now, if I would have done those exact same miles, say running from here to Texas and back, I'd have been 8.7, 8.8 miles per gallon, pulling 40,000 pounds. That's the difference between these new aerodynamics trucks and those long nose Pete's and the W9s. You just cannot get any aerodynamics out of it. And if you've got a Peterbilt now and a Kenworth, you almost got to put the whale tail on the top, or you got to put the big aerofoil up there to get the air, because you've got an additional 18 inches, 19 inches of trailer above your roof, and that's eating air. You got to get rid of that, man.
I think someone asked about auto or standard or something like that. My personal car is a standard. Sticker auto, but I do enjoy obviously standard. But after driving Brian's truck and seeing how it switches to neutral and it saves a lot of fuel, it only makes sense to go with automatic, because again, your biggest expense in the business with trucking is fuel. So you save wherever you can.
I will never, ever, ever drive another manual transmission, ever. And I was one of those guys when the automatics were coming in going, oh, I'll never drive an automatic. I want to shift my own gears. I want to do this. And then after I got into this automatic and started driving it, and of all the years I've been driving and all the experience driving 18 speeds and 13 speeds, I can't shift my truck as efficiently and as quickly and as fuel efficiently as the computer on my truck can with the automatic. And it makes a world of difference. When you add those pennies and nickels and dimes up over the span of a year, you're talking about thousands of dollars in fuel savings just from having an automatic transmission. The downfall, though, is when the thing breaks, it's going to be expensive. So you better have warranty on it. Luckily, I do. I've got warranty and extended warranty on it. So, but yeah, I'll never drive another manual. What is it that I trained in? My very first time I learned to drive a truck was a 13-speed double over. No, it wasn't a double over. It was a 13-speed manual.
Same here. Mine was a 13-speed.
13-speed.
Yeah.
Would you consider an electric semi with a 500-mile range? Charging cost could be $1/4. You know what? When it happens, yeah, I would consider it, but unfortunately, I won't be trucking by the time that comes to light. But I've said this before, it's not the electric trucks that are going to be hard for us to adapt to. I would probably have no issue driving an electric truck, if they were here right now and they were affordable and I could drive one and I could afford one and get one. I would probably be willing to experiment, wait a year or two, let all the bugs get out of it. It's not going to be the trucks themselves. It's going to be the charging and the infrastructure to charge these trucks, because they draw so much power. Like, you can't take, again, use this example before. Let's use the Iowa 80. There's 900 parks, 900 trucks. Let's say there's 300 in there for 300 charging stations in there to charge 300 trucks. You plug in 300 electric trucks, you're going to knock out the power grid in Wolcott, where it is, where the Iowa 80 is. You'll probably knock out the power in Davenport too. So depending on how they get the infrastructure set up, and right now it's not set up. The trucks are already probably almost ready to go. Yeah, Ben, the hybrid truck isn't coming. It's here. They've got trucks that are probably no more than a year away from being up, operating, and running, and fleets will be buying them. Lynn, 3 a.m. comes early. All right, well, good night. Sleep tight.
See you later.
Later. Oh, hold on, we gotta see that. What did this say? It's the charging, and just wait, people think they're going to be able to charge for free. Well, that's the other thing. You're not plugging your truck in and charging your truck for nothing. Now, mind you, it's not going to cost you what a tank of diesel is. I can guarantee you that. But I can go over 2,000 miles in my truck on 270 gallons, and I can go over 2,000 miles on 170 gallons. I can't go over 2,000 miles on a charge with my truck, with an electric truck. You drive an RTG. I'm loading containers as we speak. Well, hopefully you're sitting parked while you're doing it.
What's an RTG?
Explain to us what an RTG is, please.
Maybe roll tight something?
Yes, no. A true hybrid truck should recharge itself like a Prius. You're right, it should. But I don't think they have the capability to do that because the batteries are so big.
See you, Josh.
Have a good night, Josh. Rubber tire gantry.
I never heard of it.
I thought it was along the lines of LPG, which is liquid propane gas.
You're not having bubbly today.
No, I'm just throwing it right to the wind. Not right away, but the electric charge prices will explode once people are driving EVs. That's an excellent point, Susie. Once the diesels are off the road and then you're relying expressly or exclusively on electric, then what do you think they're going to do? They'll start jacking the price of the electric charge, right? What now, let's just say, for example, costs $20 to charge your truck. When there's no diesel option to go back to and all you've got is electric, that $20 charge will be a $40 charge. Then the $40 charge will go to a $60 charge. Stacy, there will never in my lifetime be a driverless truck. There will be a truck that will be able to drive without the driver actually driving it. But I can't imagine anybody, like, if you load out of the port in Los Angeles, do you think a computer is going to be able to maneuver an 18-wheeler truck and trailer out of the port, through LA, out onto the freeway? You'll always need a driver at some point for something. That the truck will be able to, once it gets out on the highway, it will be able to maneuver and do what it's got to do. But once it gets to where it's going, say it's going from Los Angeles to Dallas, once it gets into Dallas and it's inside the city limits and it's in the city, you're going to need a driver. So even with driverless trucks per se, there's still going to have to be an operator in there and they're going to have to pay for it. They say yes. I don't. I doubt that. I highly doubt that.
Have you ever blown a front tire?
I've blown a steer tire. Yeah, I've blown a steer tire. I've blown a few of them actually. I blew one. When we did, I blew one on the 401. Actually, I blew it. I was coming down the 400 and I blew the steer tire on the ramp at the 400 going to make the onto the 401. Blew a steer tire, and that was, I don't know, a couple months ago. I've done that. I did that one.
Yeah.
I actually had to have a mobile unit come out and take care of that for me. I've blown a couple in my lifetime, steer tires. It's not fun. You better have your balls screwed on tight when that happens.
So the trailers come with a spare tire, but the tractors don't.
No, you blow a tire on your tractor. Well, some guys do. If you look between, some guys will carry a spare tire, and what they'll do is they'll strap it to the back of their bunk.
Yeah.
Right, and
Smart.
that way they still got to call out a mobile unit, right, to take the old one off and put the new one back on. But at least they don't have to pay for the tire. And actually, if you're my buddy Gord, he's got the tools on board. He can change his own tires.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I'm sure they probably charge a premium for that tire too. So.
Oh, they do.
You-
They do,
Save
absolutely.
a few bucks.
Wait till an ice storm in Tennessee and them electric truck was stuck in the interstate and the tow truck. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Will Canada be affected by a U.S. ban on oil? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I made a comment a couple of weeks ago, about the Canadian industry and oil and everything like that, and I was wrong, and somebody lambasted the hell out of me. So I don't know. Biden banned oil from Russia. He banned it, but they're still getting it. It's a lie. Don't kid yourself.
We only get
Somebody
2%
wanted to know about advice or something for me. So any advice for Will?
So any advice for Will? Yeah, run. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Might have been about, I think it was regarding the blown tire, steer tire or something. Any advice for handling it, or, if it happens?
It depends. When you blow a steer tire,
Yeah.
it's like nothing you've ever experienced because your steering wheel will absolutely go crazy. It depends. Okay, if you're on the highway and you're going in a straight line and you blow, say, a tire here, that tire is going to go down and that truck is just going to want to rip off the highway,
Yeah,
right?
it's
When
not-
it blows.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, if you're half asleep and that happens, you'll be in the ditch with a tree in your ass. If you're awake and you catch it in time, then you can feather it and, you're going to damage the rim, but you'll be okay.
Kind of why you should be driving with two hands, or
Yeah.
at least a really good
That's
one.
why you don't drive down the road with, you're steering with your knee, you got a pop in this hand, you got a sandwich in this hand, you got your phone like this on your shoulder, and, that's why you don't do that. Biden is a dementia. Yeah, do you see some of the speeches he's been given? Can anybody understand this guy? I don't have a clue what the hell he's saying these days. I get angry when I listen to Trudeau. I listen to Biden, I just get confused. I'd like to put the two of them in a room and just let them talk to each other. It'd be pure entertainment value. I'd pay by the minute to see that. Oh, wow. My butt's been wiped. Sounds like a personal problem there, Patty. He is just evil. Which one, Biden or Trudeau? I agree with either. I agree with either one, but you voted for Trump. Well, I couldn't vote for Trump. China locked down a city of 9 million, claiming another spike in COVID. Yeah, you want to bet me that that's a hoax? And see how long it takes before it works its way over here, so that we have to spend another $1 trillion on jabbing ourselves. Brian, have you ever gone to the fridge while driving? No. They're in cahoots with each other. Yeah, I know. How do you think that happened so fast? How do you think that border mandate happened so fast? Trudeau picked up the phone. He called Biden at home while Biden was taking his bath. And he said, I need a border mandate put up, and in under 90 seconds it happens.
Oh, my butt's being wiped as a Biden line.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Not surprising.
Michelin, nothing but the best. You know what? I run Michelins on my drives, but I run BF Goodrich on the steers. I've run Michelins, and I agree they're great. They're probably one of the best. I myself personally, I prefer the BF Goodrich. It's a little better of a compound for especially for me. I was doing flatbedding. Hey Zach, how you doing, brother? Being flatbedding, I'm on and off more gravel and dirt and all that kind of stuff. So the BF Goodrich was a better tire for me. But the Michelins are great highway tires, and they're great also. Like I said, I run Michelins on my drives. I know a guy, then blow a tire. Yeah. Zach, where are you? Biden was eating his pudding when Trudeau called. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. I have a question, Brian. Besides fuel mileage, are you happy with your Cascadia? Yes. I had to think about that for a second because I didn't get to spec the truck. It was already spec'd. So there are a couple of things on the inside of the truck that I would have liked changed. But all in all, overall, bang for buck for what I paid and what I've got. Yes, I'm very happy with it. It's comfortable. It's not like my Kenworth or when I was driving my Pete, but it is comfortable. It gets me 8.5 to 8.8 miles per gallon. The automatic transmission in this thing is very smooth. Is it I-shift smooth? No. The I-shift is still the best automatic transmission in the world, in my opinion. But it is a very close second, and I like it. I'm very pleased with it. Is Bean sleeping in the truck tonight, or do you have a room for him? I haven't decided yet. I haven't seen him pull out his wallet.
I'm sleeping in the snowbank.
He's sleeping in the snowbank, yeah. He'll be sleeping out back with the dogs. Pelosi is evil too. Yeah, well, she's going to be your next president. I hate to tell you that. I really do. No, actually, no, that's Kamala Harris. She's going to be your next president. Sleepy Joe is about to have a fake accident so he can lose his presidency. And Kamala Harris is going to be your next president, whether you guys like it or not. What's Zach saying? I saw something about $4.89 a gallon at speed. Way too prices are too expensive. Yeah, I know. Ryan, I'd like to... What did I say? Ryan, I'd like to let you know I have a new trucking companion. He has a Hound Beagle mix, and his name is Rocky.
Woo! Rocky?
Rocky, with a Hound Beagle. Man, wait till that thing starts howling. Hazing truck for beans. I have not hazed him yet. It's coming, though. No, you keep it. Sandra, you keep the snow. We're at snow here right now. We're supposed to get, I don't know what, 5 or 10 centimeters or something. 5 or something centimeters tonight. So what's that, like 2.5 inches, 2 inches, something like that. Kamala can't be the president. Citizen issues. She's vice president. Why can't she? She has to be able to be the president. If the president was assassinated right now, they'd have to swear her in. If he becomes sick, she has to be able to take over. Hasn't howled at all, actually. He is already pretty well trained. Well, good, buddy. Good for you. Didn't stop Obama. Pelosi is so funny whenever she tries to speak. Pretty funny since she's Speaker of the House. If only you could send, if only could send you a picture. What do you want to send me a picture of, Sandra? Whose snoring is the worst? Well, that's hard to tell. Because if we're both sleeping, how do you know who's snoring the worst?
I'll spy on both of you tonight.
Dar said she'll let you guys know because we'll both be in the house tonight snoring. So
Oh, I'm in the house now?
yeah, you're in
Oh,
the you
sweet.
get your own room.
Nice.
So she'll let you know. She'll let you know who snores the worst. I don't want to take a gamble. I've heard him snoring, man. You remember when you watched the Flintstones when you were a kid and Fred would be snoring and the curtains would be blowing in and out the windows? That's him. The air pressure inside the truck changed. My ears popped when him snoring. Ted Cruz was born in Canada. Well, at least you got somebody down there that's decent. Dar, how loud does Brian snore? The Liberals are already grooming Freeland. They are going to bribe voters with UBI. That woman scares me. Cynthia, if she becomes prime minister at some point or another, I'll leave Canada. I will leave Canada. I will go to Mexico.
So I need to record you now, apparently.
That's not gonna happen.
We'll see about
That's
that.
not gonna happen. Gee, Zach, you got to make your question shorter, buddy. It's hard to read this as they're going up the screen. Question for how will... Okay.
Yeah, how was your first week with Brian? What are your views on the level expectations that are expected from you, from both Brian and AT? Do you feel overwhelmed or are you cool with it?
Be honest.
Well, they gave me a big list. I don't know how many pages it was. Three pages.
3 pages.
I don't feel overwhelmed. No, I'm a pretty confident driver. I've driven a small dump truck with a trailer in downtown Toronto before, so I've backed up trailers. So I'm comfortable with backing up. It's just getting used to the larger vehicle and certain things, but I'm fairly comfortable with it. What was the other part of the question?
Your training. Your trainer.
That was my first week, and you, oh boy. First week was actually pretty good. Getting along with your trainer is obviously a big bonus. I would say the worst part of the first week was actually sleeping, trying to get used to that bunk, because when you're up for long hours, you're driving, you want a good sleep, and when the bed's not comfortable, it makes it very difficult. So like the first night we're getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
The first 2 nights. The first two nights
yeah.
we got about 4.5, 5 hours of sleep. So yeah, it was a little bumpy.
Yeah. But all in all, everything's good.
Dar, 1 to 10 snoring. You guys, just so you know, I've recorded Will snoring. Darlene snores too. A lot. And she's loud.
Like a freight train?
Like a freight train from hell. He's a freaking 11. Dale's getting out too. Dale, where you going? Where you going? You've got an exit strategy? We all should have an exit strategy. If Freeland becomes prime minister, you better have an exit strategy out of this country, man.
Oh, Will Storm gave me a chuckle.
I'm sleeping in the garage tonight. Not in my house, I'm not.
It's better than outside.
Yeah. No.
We already do. That's not,
Yeah,
no.
I sleep with Will 5 nights a week. I'm sleeping with you
I
tonight.
need a break.
You snore, I'm coming out here.
I snore like a Sasquatch growl. Yeah, that's probably me. That's definitely him. And yeah, that's maybe even Dar's a baby Sasquatch. Yeah, Mexico, eh, Dale? I can't fault anybody for going. In the beginning, I was thinking, no, I won't do it, and because I'm proud of my country and I'll stand and make a fight. But at some point or another, it's not worth the fight when you're fighting against that. I don't mind a good fight, but at least make it a fair fight. But if you're going to tie both my hands behind my back and expect me to go into a fight, that's not a fair fight. And that's how I feel right now. Please record Will snoring tonight. You guys are weird. You want to listen to this? That's what you want?
Look what you started.
Yeah, I started it too. You guys got some really weird things you asked for. Freeland is making the whole Canada. Yeah, you're right. You're right. She's got, I think, her parents are from there or something like that. So, obviously she's got, a soft spot or sentiment. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm tired of watching my tax dollars come right out of my wallet, fly across the ocean and go over there. And that's where they're going. We need our tax dollars here, right here. North Korea launched ICBM missiles today, where they were testing them. We're in trouble. World War III is coming. Yeah, but what you don't know is they may have launched them, but they have no control over them. World War III coming. Man, you know what? The world has been on the brink of World War III. Probably, if there's 365 days in a year, we're on the brink of it, 200 of them, and we don't even know it.
Yeah, you need a Class A, Daniel.
Yes, Daniel, you need a Class A. In some provinces, it's a Class 1. So it's a Class A or a Class 1, yeah. To drive truck. Will, do you drive USA, Canada after your 9 weeks with Brian? Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will. He'll be going everywhere.
Yeah. Well, the plan is for us to hopefully go as soon as possible.
We're hoping the mandate drops so that I can cross and then take him with me, and we can train crossing the border, and that way he'll get all the experience of border crossing and the procedures and the rules and regulations and all that kind of stuff.
Boxers are brief? Neither. Are you scared?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be.
You know,
Boxers, if you must know.
boxers.
Everything needs to breathe.
Really, really wear tighty whities. So.
He wears tighty whities.
They would just rip.
Freeland is like Cruella. Yeah. People coming here to Nova Scotia right now by the hundreds. I deal with a lot of them because of my work. Dale, we thought a few years ago, we thought about coming out there. Just before the COVID hit, we were actually looking at properties. And then even when COVID hit, we were doing the virtual tours and everything. I would like to live out there once I'm retired and done working. But for the time being, there's still a couple things about the East Coast that make it difficult to live there. A little trick to being a favorite trainee. Bring Brian a beer or a box of chocolate. Bring Brian a box of chocolate, Zach. I don't drink.
I'm not bringing Brian anything more.
I
bring him a can of beans, and now I'm beans for life. So
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Mind you, he'd only met Dar on the phone. He'd never met her, so he only met her tonight for the first time. I walk in the door, give my wife a kiss. What does he do? He walks in the door with chocolates. Hi, Dar. Nice to meet you. Here's some chocolates. The husband, he upstages me. So I look like an asshat, and he came off looking like a champ.
I'll teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, thanks there, Junior. So Dar got 2 bags of Cadbury's mini eggs.
Never trust a fart. Well,
no, yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
One day down the road, we're going to tell you a story about Will. Not tonight.
You know what? If you want to, you can tell them the story. Tell them the story if you want.
Let's just say we've got a story. Man after my own heart.
What do the videos usually get? Basically, if you get double the likes on this video or a video of your choosing, then tell them the story. How's that?
It's not going to happen. We only got 100 people in here.
Yeah,
right
but other
now.
people watch, so you never know.
Beans. The more you eat, the more you fart.
Don't forget to give Jacob a shout out.
Is he in here?
I don't see him, but do it anyway because he watches
Okay, we've got a special shout out for Jacob. He goes by his handle on here. I haven't seen him. I've been looking, hoping that he'd be in here. He goes by handle clothes on the floor. Jacob's turning 18 tomorrow, and he wants to be a truck driver more than anything in the world. This is the kid that nailed me or tied me down at the convoy and jumped on my running board and showed his excitement and his zest for life and being a truck driver and everything like that. Art the fart, that's awesome.
I just read that. Yeah.
And Jacob wants to be a truck driver, and he's going to be 18 tomorrow. So if he's here and you just haven't said anything, Jacob, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday,
We're
Jacob.
looking forward to seeing you. He's probably going to be coming down the next couple of weeks, so it'll be great to see you. What is it, Art the fart? That's awesome. That is awesome.
That'll reflect your week report well. Oh, yeah.
You want the story? Okay, so was it your first day on the truck? Second day on the truck?
Let Will tell this story.
Was it?
Yeah, Dar's right. We should let Will tell the story. What time is it where you are? It is
I don't know. It was the second day.
10 to 10? 10 to 10. Second day in the truck. Actually, you tell the story.
No, you go ahead.
No.
I know you're dying to.
No.
Tell them that you started.
Second day in the truck, and we're driving, and we were, where the hell were we? We were just out of Toronto, weren't we? Or we make it out of Toronto?
Well, we did the first night, so it would have been.
Yeah, so we went from there to Cornwall, then Cornwall. Anyway, all of a sudden, Will's sitting there, and he ate, those little Toblerone bars that Dar gives me? Well, she packed him 4 or 5 of them, and he thought it would be all nice, and he sits there and he's eating one of Dar's Toblerone bars, and I don't think he got the wrapper crinkled up damn near and thrown in the garbage, and he just looked over at me, and it was like, gotta shit. Now. And it was literally, pull the truck over as fast as, luckily there was no traffic, pull the truck over, onto the shoulder, it was done, out the door he went, up to his knees in snow, in a snowbank on his second night in the truck.
Yeah.
Done.
Down in a ditch, like a huge cliff. Yeah.
Susie, Brian, you will give Dar something better later tonight than chocolate. Actually, nothing beats chocolate. Ha ha ha! Susie, you'd know. Canada started it, US keeping it going. Wish I could join. I would love to be down there at that convoy. I truly would. I would love to be down there. Yeah, it is a hell of an initiation. You don't forget that your second day in a truck,
No.
and you damn near trick yourself.
There was a truck stop like what?
Yeah.
15 minutes down the
Yeah.
road. He's like, "Can you make
Yeah.
it?" I'm looking at him like, "Pull over." Yeah. It's non-negotiable.
So that's where we got the name Beans. He showed up with a can of beans for me, right? Because he knows I like beans, so that was my gift when he met me. Yeah, perfect name. I have a Class E chauffeur's license, so I can haul for hire, but I have to stay within a 100-mile radius, whoever I work for, and I can't haul over 24,000 pounds. Back, I think, when my dad, so this would be back in the 60s, if you had a chauffeur's license, you could drive anything, truck, car, any combination of vehicle in Canada if you had a chauffeur's license. I don't know I don't think it works like that now. Oh, Patty, beans are the best.
I'm gonna give you green beans.
Except green beans. Been watching the U.S. convoy close, and they're doing a good job. They're doing a great job. And from what I understand and from what I've seen, they've kept it peaceful, and they're doing it right. And good on them. Good on them. Don't give anybody any reason to turn around and use this. Will, did you learn on a stick in driving school?
Yes, Zach. It was a 13 speed. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I think I read that someone asked a while ago what school I learned at. It was called Transport Training Centers of Canada in Whitby. I don't know. I don't think they're still there in that location, anyways. But I mean, I don't think it really matters what school you go to, because at the end of the day, they're just training you to pass the MTO test.
They're giving you the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Clifton. You could drive anything.
Yeah, I spend many hours watching many videos on YouTube of how to back up, how to do different things, like couple and uncouple, and because of that, that's how I actually learned how to back up properly, the proper technique. The school will just teach you turn here, turn there. That doesn't teach you anything.
Brian, no cigar tonight. No, actually, you know what I did? When Dar picked us up at the truck and brought us home, I left my humidor in the truck, so my cigars in the truck. I've got two over here. I've got two cigars in my humidor at home here, but I'm not going to smoke them. Oh, cool. You're very cool. Zach says he's very familiar with TTC. My trainer was Ken out of Cornwall, and I actually still talk to him to this day. That's good. You ever run into a jam, you can give Ken a call. Ted Cruz went to lead truck in the convoy the other day. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. I would have liked to have seen some of our politicians get involved in our convoy. I would have liked to see any of our politicians at least have the nerve to come out and talk to us. Never mind lead the convoy. I'd have been happy to have one of our politicians come out and at least stand at the front of the lane, give us the finger or something, acknowledge us.
Not insult you.
Yeah, I'd be happy to take an insult.
How many hours do you got driving a toilet? Probably about 1 billion or so. The toilet's my best friend.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing. And he's being very, very vocal, and he's letting the world see it. He's not trying to hide behind anything.
Katerina's leaving. Good night.
Good night. Have a good one. Oh, fuck. Night, Patty. Yeah, they are just driving around. But they are making a nuisance of themselves, and that's the whole idea. And it's got some people's attention. Here, we made a nuisance of ourselves trying to get attention so that we could at least get somebody to talk to us. And our prime minister wimped out.
Thanks, Zach.
MJT is a fighter. I agree. I wish we had politicians like that up here.
For a pillow? I don't know. My pillow's pretty thin right now. I need a new one. And I'd say soft.
Brian, do I own my own trailer? No, not anymore. I pull one of ET's trailers. They own the trailer. In Canada, because our insurance is so much different than yours, in the state, or so much different in the States, it's just so expensive. Like for my tractor insurance, for truck insurance in Canada, if I have my own authority for my truck, it's $23,000 a year. And if you add the trailer on, you're upwards of $26,000. So it's actually cheaper to go down somebody else's authority and run that way. And I'll be honest with you, I'm winding my career down. So no, I don't want I don't want my own trailer anymore. I had my own trailer, ran my own trailer for years. No. Pierre did not come out. He stood in the house and he acknowledged us that we're out there, but he was using us sort of as leverage against Trudeau. Like saying, why aren't you out there talking? Why aren't you out there dealing with this? Why aren't you acknowledging them? But did Polivier or Pierre come out and say anything to us? Or did he support us like openly? Or no, not really. Not really. Did we appreciate anything he did? Yeah, he tried to pressure the PM to come out and say something to us or to deal with us or help us, but no, he didn't. And neither did what's her face there? I can't remember the conservative woman that's running the Conservatives right now. Will, goose down or GG blanket?
Right now I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag.
He's got a sleeping bag.
I'm not that picky. I'm a pretty hot sleeper, so actually that's the other downfall of the truck is it's being in the top bunk, heat rises. So winter, obviously we have the heat on. It's actually quite warm in the bunk.
There's Marla. Thank you, Marla. Candace Bergen. Brian, is it worth running your trailer, even if you're running reefer, as a lot of guys say? Is it, and want your opinion? Right now, it's not worth me running a trailer for myself. And I certainly wouldn't buy a reefer. I'm sorry, Zach. I'm kind of trying to figure out what you're trying to say there. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Hey, Marla, how are you? Yeah, Johnny, I got you. Candace Bergen. I don't know. I had a total brain fart. Couldn't figure that out for a second.
Maybe he's talking about like running a reefer like for vans stuff too. It's worth having.
Is it worth having your own reefer?
To be able to do both.
I know guys that own their own reefers. Yeah. Sure, you know your options for freight are certainly expanded. You can pull a lot more freight with it, but you're also heavier. So I think a reefer trailer, just the reefer and the extra insulation and all that, I think you're probably an extra like what 3,500 pounds. Someone probably already asked us, but is it worth it anymore to haul with the higher diesel prices? Marla, right now, a lot of us are on the fence. We really, really are. The industry is supposed to be set up so that the fuel rebates and the fuel surcharge is supposed to compensate when the fuel goes up so that the rates, you're still getting your rate. And when the fuel goes up, the fuel rebates go up as well. But it's not really happening like that. So is it really worth it? I don't know. This is one of those times where. Who the hell's that? Oh, look at that.
It's my brother.
Will's brother just sent him a picture of showing his phone of us on the screen. I don't know if it's worth it or not. If you're new and you're getting into this, there's a whole bunch of steps you need to take and make sure that the boxes are checked before you get into this. Who, Pierre did, Dar?
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
On January 29th, he said that he made a tweet saying that he saw them and they were really nice or whatever. Talked to them.
Okay, yeah, there you go, Zach. Is it worth pulling a reefer? ET has reefers, and yes, I get paid more to pull a reefer. Is it worth it? Sure, I'll take the extra money to pull a reefer. Why not? I don't have to pay for the fuel in the reefer. ET pays for it. Yeah, it's a couple extra 1,000 pounds, but just means I can't take, instead of taking 45,000 pounds in the reefer, I can only take 43. The reefers we have are just as aerodynamic as our vans are. They've all got the skirts, they've got the thing. It's fine.
The other thing I heard about reefer, I don't know if it's true or not, maybe that with reefers, sometimes you're waiting longer at the shipper or receiver, right?
Yes, when you get into the food terminals, like especially out in California, right? You get out into California with the reefers, and you get out into the a lot of the actually it's not just the food terminals. These guys when they go right out to the farms,
Yeah.
right, and they get loaded at the farm. And yeah, you can sit there. Reefers, there is a little more sitting around when you're dealing with reefers. Are they doing the Freedom Chain up in Canada? Yeah, they are. Dar just said absolutely. Yeah, they are. It's not 1980 anymore. Trucking in the world has changed. Oh, Dale, you're not kidding, man. Let Dar talk about the referral. Who said that? I'll make you uncomfortable. You want to answer that? FIFER. Oh my God. I don't know. Am I having brain farts? Am I losing it here? You are still our heroes for what you did in freedom and making the issues out in the open. Hope you can rid yourselves of Trudeau and gain more freedom. Man, you're not the only one. I'd love to get rid of Trudeau. I'd love to get him and Freeland out of there so fast. Unfortunately, we're stuck with them for a while. There's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Go to Mexico. Go. Anyway, you know what, guys? We're at an hour 20.
No, we're at 2 hours.
We're at 2 hours. Sorry, yeah, hour 20. We're at 2 hours. We're at 121 minutes. So let's wrap this up. Will and I are going to be again trucking out of here. We'll just send you some more stuff as we're trucking down the road next week. Again, we're going out. We are going to hopefully we're going to try to work with dispatch. We would like to turn, or I would like to turn at least two complete round trips out east, back, out east, back, by this time next week. So by next Friday, I'd like to be sitting in my house here again and have 2 trips out east and back. So that's the plan. We're gonna, we'll film some of it and put it up during the week, and we'll let you guys see how we're doing. And yeah, hopefully you guys will tune in and keep us going. So anyway, Karen Manthorm in Canada. Yep. Karen's a... Don't forget Dar the snoring. Don't worry, she won't. All right, guys, you guys have a good night. We're going to bugger off out of here. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm dragging my butt. So we'll talk to you during the week. Videos coming up during the week. We got some more stuff coming. You guys stay tuned. We'll put them out. And yeah, take a look. Thanks, Marla. You guys have a good night. See you later, Clifton.
See you later, guys. Have a
Ciao,
good night.
boys and girls. We're out of here.